ban. Navi's turn to pick. Radiant team pick. Navi's turn to pick.
Кто-то зарегистрировался на Starladder мире, не стали брать Vincere, начали сразу же сбор игроков. Максимально интересно.
Navi's turn to ban.
Это неплохая заявка на то, что они умеют играть, потому что они пользуются, скорее всего, собой сейчас дело, что
Radiant team ban. Navi's turn to ban.
Обратите внимание на третий мат. Это, кстати, ответ на твой вопрос. Вот Vici, я сказал, они не рискуют, играют. Будут играть, пока вы не сложите все обратно.
10 seconds remaining.
Играть через ауту. Очень жестко, сразу.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Тут будет отличная возможность через скаут нас играть на игроков. Это если в этом пакете смотрите, формная, сегодня осталось лишь вниз. Я больше не историю, какой берется и попросить переводить. Звезды, которых вариант
Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick.
На самом деле, у них очень вариант что нами также интеграция через Discord, как вариант, кто считает, что очень сильно зайдет, и как бы с нас уже есть вперед, способен брать старт.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Navi's turn to pick. Radiant team pick. Reserve time. Navi's turn to pick. Radiant team back. Navi's turn to back.
Если дадут игроков, опять же, достаточно тяжело.
Radiant team pick.
Плюс рака хорошего спасения, свои
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Сейчас из того, кого берут себе личных проще будет. Опять же, мне нравится, что нет там категории, это возможность и характер делать. Если карта разделена, то среднего влияния если он может быть изделием, который прыгает, поэтому характер, скорее всего, первый завтра первый. Горло или кого-то общее цель. Цель все хорошо. Значит, что зачем звать партию, были какие-то другие планы на центрального героя со 4, и которого говорит может быть, это очень
Navi's turn to pick. Reserve time.
At your service.
Thank you very much, Nahaz. That's right, we are here live at Kiev Cybersport Arena, home of, well, probably the most hardcore Navi fans in the world. VG Gaming, definitely enemy turf, down 0-1 in the best of 3. Gods, you like the draft. Do you think they're going to force it to a game 3?
I don't think so. I think Navi have got this. Vici Gaming Reborn just showed their weaknesses in that previous game. The early game, the lanes, weren't really able to pressure Dendi. He just got to a great start. They're in a bit of a better position this time with FY on Earth Spirit. It's just always active, always involved mid lane hero. You're not creep dependent. You're not waiting to find your timings. You're just ready to go 24/7. But I think Dendi's got the supporting cast to make sure he steals a good time mid.
Well, the teams will enter the lanes and we get underway. FY TPing top, then rolling straight towards mid. We saw in his other Earth Spirit game yesterday a slightly shaky start, but he really came back after that and ended up having a magnificent mid to late game. So can only imagine the more that he plays the hero and officials, the better he's going to get.
And the Earth Spirit with the Darkseer does have some good synergy if you want to go towards that offlane as well. The Iron Shell on the roll in with the Earth Spirit, then you get the long movement speed slow, very often can lead to a kill and will cause problems for VG.R on the Lycan. So there is a lot of potential for FY to be very active in the mid lane as well as the top lane, and even the off lane Beastmaster is a hero somewhat prone to being ganked as well, as we've seen a few times today with Bulldog as well as other players going down on that hero.
Well, Soneko, he did see that Earth Spirit rolling through the river. He guessed wrong on the first entry, but he guesses right on the second one. He's even going to leave it for Dendi. So Dendi will get the bonus gold and experience and hit the bounty rune. Assuming he gets it, he'll be off to a great start here mid.
Yeah, we're seeing this more and more. And Dendi going to be a very happy camper. Earth Spirit actually only now buys the second ward for the team.
There we go. Early skirmish is brewing, and Mikasa but first then, and the Oracle new comes out. They try to focus on Seneko. Fairy Fire is getting popped all over the place, but first blood will go to Vici Gaming. They also got the bounty rune top. General just kind of on an island bottom lane. He'll get his for free. BDC fighting the trade on Dendy, but they're also looking for Artstar. It's going to be 3 here. Oh, so, I mean, really, I said a trade, but it's really just a bounty run for General, not much of one.
Iron Shell, very good at level 1 fighting. Combine that with an Earth Spirit roll in, Orb of Venom slow, there is no escape for Na'Vi. That's just not a fight they can win there. They got a little bit overconfident. They had the Howl damage, but they just didn't have the lockdown to burst down Mikasa at the start of that fight.
So should they have just forfeited the rune? Was that just greedy to even try and move in?
Yeah, easy to say in hindsight. Absolutely, they should have forfeited the rune. Like at the time, I'm looking at this like, okay, Navi's like in position first, but being in position first doesn't mean anything when there's a rolling boulder with an Iron Shelled Earth Spirit. They managed to get 2 Iron Shells off before the fight began, and this is even without talking about Rocket Barrage, another fantastic level 1 spell. So there was Navi in hindsight are gonna look at this and say, yeah, we should never have taken that fight.
Well, they got the crowd cheering anyway. Yeah, just imagine if they actually, win a fight. They'll go crazy. Well, that's the dream shot. The rotation does come top though. Seneko, he de-warded, and so he pretty much assumes that there's no vision here, but actually FY does see him, and Vici Gaming, this may quickly turn into a trap and a sick play, buying that fresh ward top lane. You generally don't see this after the de-ward happens. It's just a free movement for Seneko, not the case, and FY will slap him down with the stick.
Darkseer and Earth Spirit already involved in 4 kills just a minute and a half into this game.
I mean, so much for the Oracle shutting down the Darkseer. Just that one good start to the game, and Yank's gonna be up to the races.
And one of the nice things about this is they don't actually have to support Mikasa in the mid lane with the Earth Spirit. Just by pressuring top lane, you force Na'Vi to commit supports towards that top lane. So if Mikasa can hold his own in a 1v1, he may manage alright here. Problem is, Dendy already kind of winning the CS battle. One of the players who averages more denies than any other player in the game, and he's actually having a great start here against the Mikasa Death Prophet.
Art Style quickly trying to get active here on the map as Na'Vi search for their first kill, and well, it's to Mikasa they will turn again, but while that was happening, there's actually top lane, big dive from Yang. He gets the Lycan, and he does end up going down, and the Art Style rotation is sniffed out by Mikasa as he backs away, so he will have to make the walk back to base, but he avoids the death.
Yeah, a bit worrying when you're at this stage of the game walking back to base. He's going to be probably asking for a TP. He doesn't want to have to buy his own. There we go, gets pinged out. It looks like Yang actually buys him the TP. With the good start Darkseer's had, he can kind of afford the money.
But it feels like because everyone else on Vici is having a good start of their own, the Gyrocopter of ZYF is off to the races here, farming well bottom lane, and obviously the Darkseer, Earth Spirit having a good time, they can get the Death Prophet back in the game.
Absolutely. We saw it even last game when Death Prophet got completely demolished. You get a couple kills, all of a sudden things are looking a lot better, and this is not a game where we're seeing Mikasa go down too early on, although that may change. His art style has been very, very patient here mid.
Oh, I don't know about this though. FY's rotating, and he might just kill off mid while the Venge is busy waiting. Still has an Iron Shell for some time. Can FY find the angle? Oh, Dendy with a salve, yeah.
Nice.
Probably not a kill anymore. On top lane, they will snare Yang for a moment, but he's farmed and leveled enough that he will just walk away. Oh, FY sees a roll opportunity. The Iron Shell's about to expire, and Dendy's full HP.
I just don't think it's
nothing.
Yeah, with full HP and Mikasa level 4, it doesn't seem like a viable call. He's heading back top, recognizing that a full HP Dendy with Windrun can't be killed. The problem is this now with Artstyle still patiently awaiting in this mid lane. His patience may just pay off with Mikasa looking very vulnerable to a gank here.
Mikasa,
it's so scary.
This Venge has been gone for so long. It's like, well, if he was going to gank me, he probably would have already tried, right? But at the same time, where is he? He's not bottom.
At this
He's
point,
not top.
everyone on VG.R is like, yeah, Venge has been missing for 2 minutes probably about. Where is he? Everyone is just like, that's probably their
Again, top lane, same old initiation, straight on, FY will go, and then the surge away. So they decide not to take the tower. Snare comes out, Seneko trying to punish it a little bit, but can't really get much done. Fortune's End, not that effective, and well, it's just pressure on the Lycan, but I have to say, VG.R showing that he can still farm well on this here. 23-8, even with the way the lane's gone, is pretty damn good. But finally, Art Style. All right, the patience will set this one up. Mikasa quickly dropping here with an early point in the focus fire. They get the kill. Hey, Chris really waited that one out. DDC even TP'd in, but unable to turn it.
Yep. They were kind of ready for it. DDC is probably telling Mikasa, like, look, I'll be ready to TP in the level 2 Venge. You'll probably be alright here, but Dendi hits the shackle as DDC TP's in, and the burst damage was enough to bring down Mikasa, who did have his bottle before going down, so it's not quite the same dire situation he was in last game, but Dendi having a good start is always a lot.
Top lane, as soon as the supports leave, Vici Gaming just feasting on this hero, bringing down the Lycan. Oracle just can't deal with this duo.
That's the crazy thing, and you picked up this Oracle as a counter pick to Darkseer, able to purge off the Iron Shell, purge off the Surge, but
I mean, do you think it's purely just from like the level 1 skirmish and then the first blood, or?
Yes,
I think it's purely that. Or did they lose anyway in the matchup?
They do much better than this. I think there's in a 2v2 setting, they probably have. They're going to be the ones playing passively and trying to farm, but they're not going to give up the kills like they're doing now if not for that level 1 fight. I think that is the biggest problem more than anything.
So VG.R, he's had enough of the top lane. Off to the jungle he goes. Believe Seneko here, who I guess in good news is getting levels. Level 5 already on the Oracle, only 6 minutes in, but not ideal when you're like struggling this hard.
Yep.
So they're trying to make the best of it.
En's Gyrocopter has hit level 6, so likely we'll see him picking up a teleport scroll, looking to get active soon. He's even pushing out the lane with Flak, suggesting he wants to be able to keep this. By pushing out the lane, it just sets yourself up to be in a good position to make that rotation.
And FY, he's content with his victory in the top lane. He's now going to roll in bottom, and they just get a quick vision there at the very end. Callout's going to come through, doesn't connect on the roll, but he hits the kick. And with a call down, it's an easy grab, and meanwhile, VG.R sneaking around top, but can't do anything to the Darkseer here.
Dire's bottom tower.
So the Earth Spirit, it seems like a very feast or famine hero, especially this tournament. He either crushes the laning stage or he's horribly underleveled and has no impact. We haven't really seen much in between, gods.
Yeah, this has been a stellar start for FY. A very high level as well. This is a hero that often, if you get that bad start, 7-8 minutes in, sometimes you'll see like a level 2 Earth Spirit or something with all kinds of problems in terms of trying to catch up, hit that level 6 magnetize, but FY's in good pace to get level 6 at a decent time and may find some additional kills here as Artstyle walking to a bit of a tricky spot.
Yeah, Artstyle looking for the move on the bottom lane, hiding the trees, but elsewhere, it's DDC sneaking around. Unfortunately, he has been scouted by the Dire Observer Ward, so unlikely to find the kill on Seneko, and they go for the kick, they go for the dive, it's gonna connect here with the call out, General in trouble. Not dead just yet, it's a lot of nuke damage, and they finally bring him down. Artstyle going for the stun on the Earth Spirit, that allows M to try and walk away. But the Oracle rotation comes through, holding him in position. There's actually no mana here, but the stick's about to come up. Now he's gonna quickly pocket barrage, come back in, almost gets two, but Na'Vi hang on against all odds, and they do walk away with their support to attack all that was happening. The Mikasa struggles, they continue, gods.
Yeah, this series has had a fantastic day 1 showing, but today he's become a liability for Vici Gaming Reborn, and something General said in the pre-game interview, we've got this beast, it's Dendi in the mid lane, and he is showing it here
Dire's middle tower.
with a fantastic game number 2, following up an incredible performance in game number 1 on Queen of Pain, and not showing any signs of slowing down. Has gone for a Gloves of Haste first. I'll be curious to see what build he's looking for here, if this is something like a Maelstrom Rush or a Midas. Not sure you want to go greedy when you're the ones who want to play fast tempo. I think this is more likely to be that Maelstrom as that first kind of fast DPS item.
So looking at Na'Vi, they do have the level 6 now in general. He has a smoke. Where do you think he's headed?
Darkseer? Darkseer's the hero who's kind of doing best. Yeah, no, sorry, I think he may try to kill the Darkseer. I'm looking around like who's the most valuable kill. Mikasa's already having a rough enough time. He's not like a must-kill hero.
Oh, Dendi, you mentioned he's having a good game, and he's going to find the Shekel man onto Mikasa. The baits, and then the counterplay. Seneko keeping his core alive, and Dendi will just strut away.
That is tough teamwork.
That was another smoke. General had one in his inventory, and now they roll in bottom lane. FY looking for the pullback there on the boulder. Does drop the magnetize, but General jukes into the trees. More boulders getting dropped. They're going to pop the vacuum as well. Trying to lock him down. Commits the roar onto FY. The Wolves also going to work here, but one more boulder smash will secure the General kill. And FY gets up.
Na'Vi team coming down bottom though.
Oh man, they're really chewing through him now. Might find a big kill. Yang will go down. Quick physical damage bursts out. FY's not now. FY trapped to the trees. He has the boulder smash. The rolling boulder's ready. And it's going to be a decent one back to the tower. Gets him out safely.
That's the high priority Darkseid kill, though, the most farmed hero in the game. Going down. And Lycan getting credited the kill, so some nice kind of catch-up money going VG.R's way, and
I think he spent his gold though. The mech is nearly complete.
yeah, he is
Actually, he's got everything.
Wow. Yeah, very fast mech with arcane boots already.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll have to see how effective it is. We saw Chalet with a super fast mech on the Doom earlier, and it did nothing. But if used well, we know how potent this item could be.
Yeah, Mikasa needs to look to level up Exorcism ASAP, because having the mech at this timing, you want to start taking objectives, 5-manning around the gyrocopter who has his drums as well, so...
Working on the mid lane, he gets the stun off here on VG.R. The rolling boulder comes through, then the kickback, smashing VG.R, and the finger from the EC secures the kill. There's the counter shackle, focus fire now as well, and while that's happening in the bottom lane, a tower will drop. Dendi strikes back though, and they look for a bit more. FY power shot, not quite enough, he barely survives, and then the Oracle Nuke comes in, securing a second kill. I mean, Dendi and Seneko really throwing this team on their backs after a horrific start. Navi do end up losing the tower, but you can see the experience is actually in their favor, though they're down a bit of gold.
Sneakers just ridiculously good at Oracle. The previous play more impressive than that one, but even there, it's just like he knows how to push his hero to the limit, secure those extra kills, maximize the damage output that he can do, and looks like he may try and smoke up with General. Yeah, he backs off. Radiant Mode was nearby, but doesn't have vision of... Okay, didn't actually see the area where they were standing, so... I think there's another... Okay, Venge actually used his smoke as well, so they, yeah, shoot through 3 smokes in the last 2 minutes.
They have none for a while, I believe, unless I'm missing one on the courier here. But they're going to run into the whole BG team. That's not where we want to be. Mikasa gets surged, but he just runs away from Navi. Wrong direction. Now the cooldown coming through. General scatters to the north. Seneca's going to try to keep him alive with the false promise. They will lose one. General likely to drop next if they can just lock him down. There's Alliance. Stun it connects. Follow-ups there from the Iron Shell. And General 2 will drop. Navi not only losing 2 heroes, but also their last smoke for how long is it going to be? 8 minutes, God. So
that's like
we have a lot of breathing room.
The last smoke you use turns into both those 2 heroes dying. When you're the ones kind of slightly ahead, that's a really bad. And it was just unfortunate because VG.R were actually grouping up as 4 or 5 at their T2 tower of all places because they wanted to smoke. So in a lot of ways, it was just a bit unlucky for Navi. They were trying to find a single pickup using a 2-hero smoke, but VG.R were just grouped up. They want to fight. They want to fight.
But they have the wolves here on the tree line. They might get vision in time to turn this one around. VG.R picks some morph with the shapeshift, but the rolling forwarder comes out as that guy goes for the big dive. He does get the kick, magnifies the point onto 2. VG.R scurrying back at Seneco's save, and it's gonna be close. Lower and lower again. The magnetize finishes the job, and Seneko will end up dropping. He didn't have the false promise, nor did he have any hurt charges left from the looks of things. So Seneko 2 will fall. 3 more Navi heroes hitting the deck. Vici Gaming exploding upwards in net worth after that little exchange.
Yeah.
And
great plays coming out.
Now the game is firmly in their hands for the next 5 minutes at least.
FY is 2-2 and 12 on Earth Spirit.
14 out of 15 kills the man has been a part of.
And Darkseid 12 of the 15, but yeah, FY has been the player of the match so far. He's looking for more at bottom lane. He's hit a boulder smash in art style. Another kill going VG.R's way. The only good news is that this death pop has been shut down. Mikasa actually got solo killed by Beastmaster mid while that bottom fight was going on, so his woes continue, but the Vici Reborn side is doing their best to put Mikasa on their back, as they should. He's the stand-in, he's the coach, he's telling his team, come on guys, just, you know, what, me up here.
What do we know? Maybe he's the one calling all the shots in the game. He's captaining from the mid lane on the death prophet.
Yeah, he's busy captaining, it's like forgets his heroes there. It's like you're playing a Chen and you're too busy microing your creeps, forget to micro your hero, but the end result is that your creeps do a whole lot more than your hero does, and
yeah, we have heard FY's pretty quiet in game, so maybe it's Mikasa picking up the slack here. Who knows? But either way, things still looking good for VG Gaming, and they just saw VG.R shapeshift on cooldown. It's got a pretty long cooldown at level 1, and They might catch him out. FY with the Invis and leading the charge as he so often has. He find the wolves, rah into the trees, and FY there to scout him out. Are they going to make the move on this? Yet just waiting for Z-Wap to get in range. There's the silence, the kick forward for the boulder smash onto VG.R. Everything connects, and again, Vici Gaming striking. You can hear the crowd trying to get another chant going, but they get loud and then suddenly chanting for Vici as the way the game's going.
Every time they saw their chance, it's like VG.R suddenly get a kill or two, and then they quickly go quiet, LD. This is not being the game number 2 that Na'Vi were hoping for.
So with no smokes for at least a couple minutes, down 5,000 gold, which is bad, but not outrageously so, and mostly just feeling like you're on the back foot. What is the play for Na'Vi?
Well, Dendi seems to think it's to go for Roshan. They've kind of poked their way in there. Radiant Vision not at the Roche pit. There's one in the lane here, but if they get away with this, it puts himself in a good position here, because Dendi with this Maelstrom build is still very squishy. It's not like he can just lead the game right now, and Na'Vi, their initiation comes from a Beastmaster who's been shut down. 1, 4, and 3 general is not really in a great spot to start controlling the tempo of this game.
Oh man, this is big for Na'Vi though. If you look at how strong Vici's 5-man is now with a blink on DDC, the Darkseer, a completed Vanguard, and level 4 vacuum in 15 minutes. That's an instant team wipe if Na'Vi get caught, so they roll the dice and it pays off.
The kind of risk Na'Vi need to get back in this game, and with that, they almost complete the mech on Artsal's Venge. Necro 1 is up for General, so things start looking a little bit brighter for this Na'Vi side. They will be going from multiple Necro books. They're going to kind of put together this big creep army, and for Na'Vi, the comeback it will come very quickly. All it takes is one good fight, and then they'll quickly take multiple towers because of the pushing power that their draft has. So to get that good fight, I think the key kind of tools are going to be Blink Daggers to initiate with. I wouldn't be surprised to see General go for the Blink before leveling up the Necro book. Similarly, I think Dendi's next time is going to be the Blink Dagger. Unless he really feels too squishy, there is the Aghanim Scepter option. Is going to pick up a point booster? No. Okay, so yeah, it looks like he'll rush a Blink, not go for the point booster.
It really feels like the Dendi item of choice. We used to see a Shadow Fiend and preferred the flashier items, so actually be a part of the build.
Even the old Invokers, before, like, when everyone was not even really going Blink, before Blink was like the item to go, he would go like Blink, 4-star, as his 2 items on Invoker for pure mobility. He just loved to have that extra bit of flashiness.
Well, so far it has paid off over the course of this series, but Vici Gaming patiently accruing their big team fight composition and the items that come along with it. BKB now up for ZYF, just the basic drums for Mikasa, so rocking the double bongos for the time being. And I guess, Gods, we are going to see a Crimson Guard. You're up against a lot of summons and damage sources, also pretty nice to have against Focus Fire. They will be getting some damage block. Yeah. It's one of the best games I can imagine for it.
Fantastic game for it, and anything to help Mikasa stay alive. So it's like the mech, the Crimson Guard, these team fight tools for the Death Prophet.
Where's the medallion? It feels like I've actually forgotten items. But yeah, maybe this is the Solar Quest game.
Perhaps I don't know who buys it. Absolutely, if you had it
for himself.
If there's a medallion that was dropped on the ground, someone would be like, yeah, okay, I'll pick it up and use it, but no one wants to spend the money for it.
Doesn't feel that good. Oh, they find out bottom lane. Probably the ideal hero to tank this gank, but it is still a free pick off. Vici Gaming Reborn will collect it, and they're in prime position to push here. They're lacking one key piece, and that would be the Gyrocopter. He's holding serve top lane. General pushing that one out. Vici will move in. There's the TP. Beastmaster wants to join the fray, and now Yang looking to back off, gets slightly blocked by the Wolves. How far do they want to go? Gyro rolling away.
This is a full evacuation here. Na'Vi realized.
Dendi, he cuts the cords to the life notes, and he looks for Yang. The roar comes through. They're going to bring him down. Darkseer tumbles, and Mikasa, with the exorcism going, has to run from the big bad wolf. VG.R chilling through him. The Oracle's going to finish him. Oh, not quite, actually. Couldn't get the kill. False promise committed. A fast frog still chasing forward. Turns back into the wolf. Gobbles him up. Now on the DDC. They'll turn back and look for that fight. Who got up the magnetized as well as just a single boulder. It won't be enough for any kills. 3 for Na'Vi. But they do lose Dendi. Finished off on the retreat. It was the DDC finger, I believe, that secured that one.
DDC throws the finger at the end. Gyrocopter just not being there. And VG.R if they hide the fact that Gyro's not there and Na'Vi are worried about Gyro's appearance with his BKB, then yeah, Na'Vi aren't going to chase him, but Na'Vi called vision of end and then just made a full commitment to the fight.
Art style. He has a swap here. Vici Gaming, though, with Tears respawning soon, are very confident. Yang's back in the fray. Art style looks like he's going to sack himself. He tries for a clever swap out. Won't happen, but
Lions dies to the summons, though. Yeah.
Got chewed up by the wolves in the end.
Even that is not the best follow-up for VG.R, getting that one-for-one support trade. They commit all their heroes upon respawn as well as ends Gyrocopter there, so I think End made a bit of a mistake previously, staying in that top lane as VG.R pushed that bottom lane, and Na'Vi just found themselves an opportunity to defend with Gyrocopter not being there.
You've gone BKB rush. This is the item you get to team fight. Yeah. You know, if you want to farm, you have to do the Dominator, maybe even an S and Y, but this is the build for a 5-man. He wasn't there. It was a 4-man.
Exactly. He's the hero also most equipped to be team fighting right now, next to like the Darkseer. The Darkseer and the Gyrocopter are the two most important pieces of the puzzle. Earth Spirits always want to be there as well, but if there was one hero you told me who could be top farming and not fighting, I would say make it be Mikasa. Even though he's the hero that can break and siege towers, he's under-farmed, he needs to catch up, and probably is the squishiest hero that offers the least in a team fight. But more than anything, VG.R should just be grouped as 5. They don't need to have one hero elsewhere on the map.
They're going to leave DDC mid, but they've got the four biggest heroes aggressively pushing the bottom lane. They are going to get the tower, though it might come at the cost of DDC. Scouted out by the Hawk now. And VG.R quickly morphing is going to try to commit here. They get the tower, they get a shackle, they're going to look for Zero, they get him as well. And then DDC, it's a twofer, and that was all the Hawks seeing the Lion and preventing Vici from finding even a single kill.
And Dendi gets the blink shackle to make sure Gyrocopter can't get off BKB. They burst him down in time. Na'Vi just out executing VG.R right now.
More Dendi again. It was the Hawk, and this time from the high ground. Isn't enough for the kill. Mikasa's so low and stuff. But look for FY to try and turn this around, magnetize the point, and it's pretty much on the entire Na'Vi squad. FY getting swapped back in, and Artstyle wants to finish it, but FY might have the last word. No, that final Archer does it. A lot of magnetized damage, but not quite enough for the kills. 4 for 1, and Dendi has been on fire this game with the shackle shots. He's looking for another. Yang, that was a close one.
FY did 3,000 hero damage. Unfortunately, it was spread wide throughout the Na'Vi squad, and no one was there to help clean up. Gyrocopter being dead just meant that the cleanup crew wasn't available.
They have not gotten value out of this Gyrocopter. Still a 10-second BKB, and there have been ample opportunities to use it, whether it's the fight bottom that he didn't attend, the fight mid where he never got to use it.
It's crazy because he was so involved and they got huge value out of the hero up until he had the BKB, but since farming it, he's just not, they've not been able to work together well as a team. He got caught out there in the mid lane, as you said, and then the top lane where he wasn't involved is led to VG.R finding themselves in a bit of a bad position all of a sudden. They had a big lead early on, about 5,000 net worth, but it swung right back the way of Na'Vi, who are in a great position to secure the next Roshan as well.
Solution, throw that BKB on the ground and kill it. It's bad luck. Not sure we're going to see that. He's got to stick with bad luck and magic immunity for now. Over Karma.
It's the 5-man for VG.R. This is where they're strongest, and this is what they've just, I think they've probably evaluated the game and said, look, it's not the most efficient play, we're not going to get much XP or farm, but this will take objectives, and this is, we keep splitting up and we keep giving Na'Vi kills with these Dendi shackle shot initiations, so we're just going to make sure we remain grouped up at all costs.
Yeah, they're playing it safe here, commit the exorcism, we'll take down the tier 2, but Na'Vi on the split push now. General working through the bottom lane, has the TP ready.
And that's the game plan for Na'Vi. Anytime VG.R force the 5-man tower siege with an exorcism, you send General to a side lane to push out the lane, you send DJ to a side lane if possible. And then when VG.R fall back, that's when you look to make your play, which possibly could be an aggressive smoke here from Na'Vi. They're in a good position to go on the offensive, and they're ready to make their move. Both teams smoked as 5.
A fail. It's always a good item with Earth Spirit, but with Gyro, Lion, and Darkseer, this is some serious value.
Imagine, if he had that last fight, he may have actually just got like almost a team wipe on his own. Yeah, that 3k hit damage he did would have turned quickly into 4 to 4,500 damage.
Yeah, could have been the total swing of momentum, but let's see if they find a good initiation here, as Vici Gaming Reborn are also smoked there. heading towards the bottom lane. VG.R's own smoke will expire, but the Wolf gives them that free intel. And I don't think there's any detection here on Na'Vi.
Na'Vi see VG.R though. They've got the observe sitting right on top of them.
Yeah, VG.R, there's the swap to start off, and they find the darts here. Crucial pickup, doesn't give up a thing. He's out of the fight, out of the pictures. DDC scatters in the trees. They do finally get to fight with the gyro though, who pops the BKB, hammers away at Seneko, Jugi through the trees, completely outplayed him. He hasn't even got a single kill yet. So far, 3 heroes down. It's about to be 4 with the Earth Spirit very low. It might be a team wolf now. The gyro takes TP away. Committed everything for Seneko and couldn't even get that.
Darkseer unable to mech. He got just the Crimson Guard off in the fight, but that doesn't cut it. He has to get the vacuum wall and also provide the mech for his team. Na'Vi finding the hero they needed for the initiation, and it all came down to vision. As soon as that smoke wore off, Na'Vi had the ward right above the Roshan pit, which saw the exact positioning of the Vici Gaming Reborn side, and it just set them up for success.
This, honestly, this game, way more than any of the others in this tournament, feels like that old Na'Vi gods, when they weren't necessarily practicing that much. Not to say this team isn't, but you know, they would be sloppy at times, they would overextend, but then, and they might be down, but they just seem to have like ridiculous fight after ridiculous fight, almost magical, like just how did they win that? It seems like the same thing here, where Vici had the perfect items to 5-man, the better team fight on paper, but every time Navi's getting the jump, juking through the trees, stalling, and just pulling something out of nothing.
Yeah. Initially it was like the gyrocopter not being there was something we kind of harped on a little bit, but Navi are finding the opportunities and creating like magic out of nothing when they're the ones who are supposed to be behind, unable to take a team fight. They just they take these chances and they're making it work. They now find themselves in a very sizable lead, and VG.R have got to be kind of questioning what the next play is going to be. Na'Vi don't have smokes left, but VG.R in the same position. Often when you're in often when you find yourselves here, you want to try and just go for that big 5-man smoke, try and catch Na'Vi by surprise, but that's just not available to VG.R.
Yeah, the items are starting to come out now for Na'Vi, who have really turned in terms of the gold lead, and we see it now reflected in the inventories. The double necro book you mentioned, a mech for Artstar to go with his own drum, and I think most importantly, General with a blink and another 2,500 gold. So the BOTs could be coming out now, potentially something that's a little more 5-man oriented. We'll see what the choice is, but they're getting map control, and they're feeling confident.
Yep. And everyone's got farm, like your supports, you've got a mech drums on one of your supports, you've Oracle's got the Earn Arcanes, and soon can either buy a Solar Crest or something else. He has the medallion, has the money for the Solar Crest. We'll see what Seneko decides to go for, but...
So what do you do now if you're Vici Gaming Reborn? Like, you have this crazy 5-man team fight, but every time Navi's getting the advantage on you.
Yeah.
How do you fix that?
Yang needs a blink. He needs to make sure he's never getting caught at the start of the fight. That last fight just came down entirely to the vision and the positioning. It wasn't so much... Yang doesn't know he's in a bad position until he finds Na'Vi behind them with the smoke, but...
So do they need a gem to deal with the wolves? Is this just about wards?
Gem becomes essential for them at some point, so yes, gem they do need. They need a blink dagger on Yang to allow him to get better initiations off, and they just need to be more careful with him sitting further back. Have the Death Prophet, well, I guess not Death Prophet, she's too squishy. Just have the gyrocopter on the front lines and be ready to back him up with the Darkseer initiation.
Vici Gaming Reborn, it looks like they're no longer confident taking fights outside the base, especially not into an Aegis. Dendi also with a bottled double damager, and on the back of it, Na'Vi will take the last outer tower of the game for Vici Gaming Reborn. They've still got one remaining in the top lane to take down, but they're not pushing right now. It's all Na'Vi on the aggression. They are looking for an opening here. Art style posting up, ultra.
It's so hard to initiate too, because you've got two defensive supports with the swap on the Venge as well as the Oracle having the false promise. Both of these can be used to save the front line.
You wanted to blink on the Darkseer. Vici Gaming have it. Na'Vi yet to scout it. This could be the opening. Yang just barely poking his head out. We'll see if this really prompts reaction. They are pretty clumped up here. Four heroes fairly close together, but Seneko's sitting back.
And if you're Na'Vi, the disciplined way to siege this is with...
They're looking to go. There's the first boulder smash. It's not a connection, but it does prompt the DRL.
A very safe play. This is the thing. Na'Vi is showing a lot more caution anytime they get these leads, and that was just over caution from VG.R. Something... It's better that Na'Vi be over cautious than too risky in their play, so I don't mind that too much, but... Definitely an unnecessary BKB, and they probably should have found themselves in a position to be able to get the T3 tower there. Double damage on Dendy's Wind Ranger when he's got an Aegis and can just siege the high ground with the swap or the false promise to back him up, but they decide, okay, BKB was unlike it, let's not risk anything, let's fall back. Aegis, only a minute left, so unlikely Na'Vi are going to find themselves able to get great value out of this Aegis anymore.
I mean, like you said, you can look at like, oh, I wasted 10-second BKB for nothing, that's really bad, but there's that like 5% chance that he gets caught out, doesn't BKB, Vici gaming up a crazy team fight, and suddenly your advantage is totally wiped. Yep. So it's maybe worth it just in terms of safety.
If there's one thing we've kind of seen time and time again with this Na'Vi squad right now is that they will slow roll things when they get the lead, and it's been a very much a change in mentality, which has kind of been a key part of their return to success here in Kiev. So they'll continue the formula that's been working for them and regroup once again towards this top lane, but with Aegis expiring, it doesn't look like they'll find themselves in a position to siege high ground with an Aegis, and without it, I think more likely we see them just try and maintain map control. They've got the Hawk vision, they've got the Lycan Wolves, they have the access to the entire map as far as farm goes. VG.R is farming a double stack at the Radiant Ancients. The Radiant side, you've got 5 heroes, all of them sitting inside the high ground of their own base. So realistically, Na'Vi is ahead, and they will continue to get further and further ahead, even if they don't go for a push.
You look at the net worth chart, and this gyrocopter for ZYF, it is atop it, but it's the death prophet of Mikasa. It's one thing to be behind gods, but he is in the gutter. Basically there with art style, not too far off of his own supports, only 100 gold ahead of the Earth Spirit, essentially. It just doesn't seem like Mikasa's going to be hero this game. He's gone for the 31-minute Ghost Scepter because, you know, what else can he really buy? But it honestly feels like it's going to be 4v5 in these fights.
I'm sure MVP are probably like watching this game and kicking themselves like, why didn't we just focus on bullying the mid lane? Like their overall strategy, they tried to play aggressive and just got punished for it, but they should have just focused all that aggression mid.
Vici gaming, they're daring to leave the base, they're going to come in here on the Dendy, but BKB turns, works on the aim, there is an MKB up on end, but can he finish off Dendy? Doesn't look like he breaks out, kept alive by Seneko, great support play here, now they make turn, back on the ZYF, getting bit by the wolf and doesn't like it very much, he bleeds out, that's 3, make it 4 as the Lion also drops instant buyback. But this might be all she wrote. Darkseer again not getting off the wall. Again, Na'Vi counterplaying Vici gaming Reborn perfectly.
And even the BKB Gyro, he goes down. The physical damage with the Venge Lycan is too much. They're going to try and counter this. Great shot.
Beautiful block. DYF stack. He's down for the count. 80 seconds on the sideline. A severe thrashing at the hands of Na'Vi. And where LGD succeeded here earlier today, it seems Vici gaming Reborn are very close to being thwarted. That Death Prophet just brought back. Surprised she even had the gold for it, but that's just further upset.
She doesn't have the gold for much else anymore, so Dendy Ball is just pushing his muscle around this game. We're going to see 7, 3, and 14 on him. He's been hitting incredible shackles all game long, and
yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah,
sick stuff.
Oh, them skills. I'll shot that one, guys.
That was a wow.
Yeah. So general refresher orb on Beastmaster. Times are looking tough for VG.R from here. There isn't really a great comeback plan for them. Death Prophet just one of those heroes that isn't able to farm or fight your way back into the game when you're just in this position.
Well, they look comfortable now. And I mean, like you said, this Na'Vi has been very disciplined, yet to actually fully break the base. But they're getting the pieces to ensure that even if they screw up a fight, it'll be hard for Vici gaming to make much of it. Boots of traveling on the Lycan, so the ability to push out a lane and then come to the fight, ensuring everything's at the Radiant base is now there.
Yep. Gone are the days where Na'Vi dive you at your tier 3 towers when you still have tier 1 towers up. It is a Na'Vi with a 15k gold lead and no racks down. I feel like anytime Na'Vi had a greater than 10k gold lead, they would almost always have taken the racks by that point.
And it's just crazy because it was actually Alliance who did that today, and Alliance historically would be the team that would do the opposite and play it super safe, super stable. But here we go. Could be the last play of the game. Dendy from the low got the 2 hero shot going for it. He's working on the gyrocopter, trying to counter the DPS, and then they'll do it. Now turning for more, and GG is the call. Na'Vi 2-0. Looking dominant versus Vici gaming Reborn.
The crowd on their feet, and they have been are getting behind this story right now.
You know, at first it seemed silly. They just the crowd cheers, Navi, Navi, Navi. A Navi hero dies. They do it again, 3 die. But they just kept on fighting, kept on persevering, and sooner or later they broke through. They just outplayed Vici Gaming. Some big